Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Thank you once again for, my God, they're bright, for coming to see Southwest 40 this year to mark our 40th anniversary. Now, I'm going to pause the show for a second. And I did this last night, and I got told off by the technical team because I didn't tell them beforehand. However, I can't tell them. And there's a reason why. So, while I just go through this small 4-page script, can I ask Mr. Woodville and Mr. Hodgson to make their way down from the technical control room to join me on stage. Now, it all started, Southwest, back in 1982 at Wimbledon Theatre when the first Southwest London gang show was performed. Under the direction of then Frank Graves, Southwest was born, and along with it, 2 stars, both on stage and off. A young Graham Hodgson joined the gang in 1982 and has not looked back since. It's fair to say that Graham has had his fair share of interesting costumes, as you may have seen on screen, over the years. Cast members, past and present, have been known to say that he was the life and soul of the cast, and it was not unknown for him to crack the odd terrible joke or two, which he is still doing to this day. It was then in 1997, I've done my homework, after having spent 15 years in the cast, Graham moved to the dark side, aka the stage crew. However, he only spent a year there before he was taken from the stage back to the technical box, where he has then been sound engineer since 1999, where he has been ever since to this day. However, nowadays he not only works the sound desk, he also sorts out projections, he films the show, and he produces the downloads and keeps the curly-whirlies well stocked. I think he actually genuinely supports Cadbury single-handedly. It's incredible. He also has a number of other technical tasks which the production team tend to give him. He was pivotal last November when we held our special 40th anniversary event where we recorded a number of the Southwest top hits from past to present and hopefully future cast members. And aside from that, it's lovely to see some of those faces again in the audience tonight. And for this event, Graham was chief sound engineer and filmed sections of this year's show, which you saw in the opening, while also managing to sing a few songs himself. A man of many talents. Now, also in 1982, John Woodville joined the gang, but not on stage. From the very beginning, John has been part of the technical team, taking the crazy and often far-fetched ideas of the creative team and turning them into something fit for the Southwest stage. He also stepped into the limelight on occasion, and as he told me over lunch this week, the limelight phrase comes from a theatre's phrasing where stage lights were being heated and lit by a cylindrical piece of minerals, aka lime, and as a result, an intensely bright white light was produced.
Correct.
I was listening.
Thank you.
And also, it helped that I went on to Wikipedia. Now, in 1977, that was in 1877, by the way.
1877.
1877, that's when the phrase was coined. Oh. You're welcome. John hasn't been enlightened since then. Now, John has been known to be part of the production team item, which is either item 11 or 13 or 15, depending on how many items we've got each year. That's the one. I could have shrunk a minute off of this. And he always plays a central role in the stage crew's annual spectacular in-between show, which you have to be part of the gang to have witnessed. And that happens between shows on a Saturday afternoon. It is always a highlight of the cast, is it not? Yes. Well done, I'll pay you later. Each year in the past, John has organised scenery building, normally on a Saturday leading up to show week, where his skills, or should I say, people involved in the show who just turn up on the day, then build the scenery. He has to whip them into shape. Over the years, the locations of this has varied from a lean-to to a back of a florist in Surbiton, scout halls, and then eventually our very own scenery store, which we lost. If anyone has a double garage, we will happily accept offers. Now, these days were also filled with much laughter and creativeness, not to mention the breakfast in the cafe, where all the scenery building seemed to start. Many an idea has come up over a fry-up breakfast, I'm told. Now, I know that the production team and past directors can always rely on John to bring a sense of, well, logic to our ideas. When I ask him the most impossible staging ideas or setup, he never says no. He simply replies with, "We'll see what we can do." I always get something, not necessarily what I ask for, but it works. There is so much that goes on behind the scenes the week of the show, but also throughout the year in the preparation that John and Graham give up their weekends and evenings for, which we are all truly thankful for. On a personal note, both John and Graham have always been there for me and my team to offer advice about the show, how to make it flow better, ways to enhance an item, with different bits of tech and staging, but also have guided and helped us mould the show into what it is today. I cannot begin to think what it would be like to turn around, look up to that control box, and during a show week, and not see the terrible trio that is Ben, Graham, and John normally laughing at something which we never find out what they were laughing at, whilst also working their magic. Now, historically, John has presented a red screwdriver to a member of his stage crew. The person would have come in, stepped up, going above and beyond that what was genuinely expected of crew. However, I can't remember the last time a red screwdriver was presented, as we also discussed over lunch this week. My conversations were well sprinkled, obviously, but the red screwdriver tradition is about to change. I'm very pleased to say that we have in our audience tonight both John and Graham's partners, James and Zoe, as well as some of their families. This includes Graham's brother Tony, who helped me fill in some of these details via Becky, so thank you very much. He was also part of the cast back in 1983 for a number of years as well. It is great to have you here to help celebrate us with us this evening. To mark this very special occasion and historic milestone, Steve, who is our wonderful stage manager, and someone who's also been in the show for many years, has made something for you both. John and Graham, to mark your 40 plus years in the show and your 40th show and dedicated service to the South East London Gang Show, we would like to present you with something unique. John, a red screwdriver, and Graham, a red microphone. Now, in true scenery building traditions, these are presented in handmade box frames with wood taken from the original rostra.
Oh, how wonderful.
Paragraphs to get through, and I'll try not to cry. At Sal West, we say that you are not only a part of the show, but you are part of the family. You make friends for life, and at least 40 years of it. And here, there are many of us here who would look to you as family, for which we will always be extremely grateful for. On behalf of casts and crew, past and present, and to all those who will hopefully be lucky enough to work with you both in the future and for many shows to come, thank you for all you do for Sal West.
Well, I'd just like to say thank you. It's been a wonderful journey here with Sal West, right from its early beginnings at Wimbledon Theatre, that have brought us full circle through the Seacombe Theatre, which you may know across the road, right to here. And it's a wonderful thing we do, helping these youngsters experience the limelight, I was listening, the limelight and the experience of being part of a gang, and developing the young people into great young adults. It's a privilege to actually be part of their journey as well. And we enjoy it. We do it because we enjoy it. Thank you.